right, everybody, welcome to our Wednesday afternoon class. We are on ear training worksheet number 11 today. Today's worksheet is going to be focused on rhythm, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But first things first, make sure your name is at the top of the paper and make sure that you have the date. Today is October 22nd, 2025. So that's 10/22/25. Like I mentioned a second ago, we're talking about rhythm today. For the last several weeks, we've been basically listening for different rhythms and identifying from a selection of different multiple choices. Today, though, we're not doing that. Instead, we're learning how to transcribe music. So that means you listening to the music and you writing it down. And we're really focused on the rhythmic aspect of that. First things first, though, we need to know how to write quarter notes, and we need to know how to write quarter rest. And so for the beginning of a lot of these worksheets for the next several weeks, you're going to be learning how to write a simple rhythm. It's very important that it looks legible. Do not make it messy. Make it the cleanest looking note that you can. Okay? So part one, it says follow the step-by-step instructions for drawing each part of the quarter note. Draw 4 quarter notes with their stems stems up in the blue box, and 4 quarter notes with their stems down in the green box. Each one of these quarter notes is 1 point each. So there's 8 total quarter notes. You have your steps below, so follow those from step 1 where you draw the note head. Step 2, you fill in the note head and you add your stem. And then you have the option of going up or down. So I want both of them. So when you're writing with the stem up, it always goes on the right side of the quarter note. And when you're writing with the stem down, it always goes on the left side. So I'm going to go ahead and, if you wouldn't mind, if the sub can pause of the video right around here, the students can complete part 1. And then when everyone's done with part 1, you can play the video again. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause right now. All right, here's the part 2 section. It's very similar to part 1, except for instead of quarter notes we're working with quarter rests. Your directions say follow the step-by-step instructions for drawing each part of the quarter rest. Draw 7 rests in the blue box provided. And of course, it gives you some steps. Step 1, it almost looks like you're drawing a very small C. It's not even a full C. Then you're drawing a line for step 2, and then step 3, you're drawing what actually looks a little closer to a C. So the first step kind of looks like a backward C a little bit, but it's very small. It's a little difficult to see. So look very closely. It should look like a jagged line, kind of like lightning or something like that. And it needs to look as close to that, as close to what you see on the paper. So I'm going to go ahead, if the sub can stop the recording right about here, you guys can complete part 2. And on to part 3. This is really the reason why we did parts 1 and 2 is because you need to know how to write quarter notes and quarter rests, because this section we're actually transcribing. So here are your directions. Listen to the recording of my teaching. For each question, I will play a rhythm on the piano. Here's where it's different. You must write down the correct rhythm using only quarter notes and quarter rest. Okay? So I'll give you an example. If I just played 1, 2, ready, go. If that was a question, you would have to represent that. You know that there's 4 separate sounds, and each of them is going a beat, is 1 beat in length. So you would represent that with what? 4 quarter notes, okay? Now, this would also be true. Let's hear this another example. And these are not 1 through 5 yet. I'm just giving you some examples real quickly. So here's another example. 1, 2, ready, go. Off. Okay, I just counted silently for 4 beats. We can represent that with what type of rest that we've just written. A quarter rest, and we can do 4 quarter rests to represent each beat. Of course, we could always write a whole rest or 2 half rests. That would also be acceptable, but because we've only gone over how to write the quarter note and the quarter rest today, we're just going to work with those. So let's start with number 1 today. I'm going to go ahead and probably play a chord for every single one of these questions. And make sure you pay attention to when there is sound and when there is silence. Again, you're only using quarter notes and quarter rests. Here's number 1. I will play this one 3 times. 1, 2, ready, go. Number 1 again. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, I was just giving you a few extra seconds to write this down. Here's the last playthrough. Double check your work. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, we're going to move on to number 2. Okay, I am going to give you a few more seconds between each playthrough just because this takes more work to actually write the notes. Make sure it is neat. Number 2. 1, 2, ready, go. Number 2 again. 1, 2, ready, go. Finish writing down your rhythm. And here is the last time for a playthrough for number 2. So you can do a double check. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, we're moving on to number 3 now. Number 3, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Number 3 again. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, always make sure that as you are rechecking your work that you're counting in your head at the same speed that I counted off. Here's number 3, last time. Make sure you double check your work. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, we're on to number 4 now. Here we go, number 4. 1, 2, ready, go. I'm going to go ahead and play number 4 again, but I'm actually going to slow the tempo down a little bit to see if you can still follow. 1, 2, ready, go. Make sure you got your answer finalized, and here we're going to do it one last time to double check. 1, 2, ready, go. We're on number 5 now. So here's your first playthrough for number 5. 1, 2, ready, go. Here's the second playthrough for number 5. 1, 2, ready, go. And make sure you finalize your answers. Here's the last time for the number 5. Double check your work. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, we're going to actually just go over number 5 real quick before we finish our worksheet today. So number 5, it sounded like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's figure out what rhythm you put there. So at the very beginning of the measure, we have a silence. What would we represent that silence with? A quarter rest, and just one quarter rest. So what do we represent the 3 other sounds that we heard? What rhythm? The quarter note. So we'll have a quarter rest and how many quarter notes? 3 quarter notes, okay? So quarter rest and 3 quarter notes, that's the answer to number 5. That's a freebie given to you. So if you got that, kudos to you. If you didn't get that, try to check to see where you went wrong. Now, That's the end of this worksheet, so make sure and double check to see if your name is at the top of the paper and that you have that date at the top of the paper. And you can go ahead and turn that into the bottom bin, and I will see you guys another time, probably tomorrow. Have a good day.